Russo. Just heard Orange Crush by REM into Lavender Lane by the Kinks, which is a direct descendant of Waterloo Sunset. It's pretty much the same melody and almost the same lyrical content. And then a band called the Figs from Saratoga Springs, New York. They backed up Graham Parker for a couple albums. But this one's for the ladies. And yes, this is now for the ladies, what we're going to do right now. We have an author who wrote a cookbook in as our guest right now, Fanny Slater. The name of the book is Orange, Lavender, and Figs, Deliciously Different Recipes from a Passionate Eater. Please welcome to Anything, Fanny Slater.
Thanks, Rich. I like what you did there with the orange, lavender, and figs. That was good.
Well, it's pretty, it's what we do. That's what a freeform radio show does.
Yeah, that's good.
Basically, kind of like it's a recipe of, it's like a cookbook of music.
Exactly.
A cookbook of what you're doing. So tell us about this book, which is now available. And by the way, I actually read through some of this and actually have tried a few of these recipes.
Really?
My girlfriend has made a few of these and quite spectacular.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, the book is, it's all owed to my nearly 90-year-old grandmother, who was the first in line at my book signing this morning. She sent me a text about 3 years ago telling me that Rachel Ray was holding a national cookbook competition and that I should think about it. And, I decided to enter and made the top 20, made the top 10, got the call from Rachel Ray. I was making the top 5 and headed to the big city, competed on the show, and, walked away as the grand prize winner. And here I am now, and everything has just been a wild ride for the last few years.
Well, that's amazing. And Rachel Ray wrote the foreword to this book, and you've been on her show a couple times. And Rachel Ray, of course, has the same initials as me.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, she would be special because, her... Robert Redford, of course, with the double R's. And the only double R that's really a bad person would be Ronald Reagan. But in a political year, we will stay away from Reagan's politics because that is no good for the country. And Rachel Ray, obviously legendary, what she's done with the cooking and bringing it to the mainstream and helping with that. So I met her once. She was very cool, but I didn't work with her. You've worked with her. What's the... does she, critique you? Does she, look at these recipes and say, well, how does it work?
I mean, she is as supportive as could be. More than anything, she's just been a mentor to me. I'd say, I feel like I'm so lucky to connect with her of all the people in this industry because Rachel is known for not being a professional chef. She's known for when she drops something on the floor, she's like, oops, I dropped the oil, who cares? And I love that about her. I love that she's just very real about what she does because when you're in the kitchen, you screw up or you drop something or you put in sugar instead of salt or whatever it is. And I think that having someone as a mentor who says, you know what, let's cook the things that we feel, that inspired me so much because I'm not a professionally trained chef. I'm a home cook. And just like me, Rachel was inspired by her childhood, so we connected on a lot of that. And I think that she really believed in me from the very beginning because the minute that I stepped onto that stage, my attitude was like, all right, I'm supposed to be here, bring it on, and I'm ready for this. And so she has just been wonderful in every way. And every time I thank her, she says, Fanny, you're the one who got yourself here. So, as humble and kind as could be.
It's fantastic. We're here at Fanny Slater. Orange, Lavender, and Figs is the name of the book. Go pick it up at any bookstore. You can buy it online, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is it an ebook too, or is it?
Yep, it's Kindle and paperback on Amazon. There's a whole big list of retailers. I mean, you can get it really. It's on Target as well. But any Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, big bookstore retailer in any city around the country is going to carry it. Unless they've sold out, which would be great. So go pick up your copies. And to check it out online too, fannyslater.com is my website. And you can go to the cookbook page, and I'm doing a book tour right now all around, and, check me out North Carolina, and I'm in Jersey right now. A lot of my childhood stories come from this area, so come back here to represent and just
representing New Jersey.
Represent Jersey, yeah, and honor all the great childhood memories. Marco Polo and Milburn Deli. I just got back from eating a Friday special, so trying to
Marco Polo, wow.
represent. Yeah, we got a big event at Marco Polo tomorrow. It's just
my former assistant actually was a waitress at
Really?
And used to tell me the craziest stories about that place.
Really?
Which
don't scare me.
It's no, not food related. No, not like food. Like nothing was wrong with the food. The food is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like just crazy stories that happen, I guess, amongst wait staff and
I'm sure.
things that it's just like probably any place where
restaurant,
young people
totally.
Congregate and
Of
stores
course.
close late at night.
Yes.
So those kind of stories. Nothing food related.
Right.
Yes, go eat there. We're not, the Milburn Deli, of course, is regarded as probably the best deli in New Jersey.
Oh, all day long. I have a whole story in my book called The Friday Special. So
based
it's,
on that.
yeah, absolutely. It's
Is
all
there anything
about.
with Taylor ham or pork roll in any of your recipes?
No, I think I have a pickle recipe in there and a slaw recipe, and both of those are based on some dishes from the deli. But yeah, I try to represent the Jersey spots that just touched me growing up and that are part of my life, part of my dad's life. I mean, it just goes back generations. All these different wonderful food stories. It's not just me. It's things I grew up eating, and here especially very special to someone like my grandmother who's been in Springfield for like I don't even know how many years. I mean 60 plus years.
And you have a Elvis related
Yes,
recipe in there, which is very, very important
Yes, I do.
Rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Considering Elvis's eating habits were legendary.
Oh, of course. I don't know. I had this strange infatuation with Elvis when I was little. It was partially that I wanted to marry him and partially that I wanted to be him.
But he would have probably been dead by the time you were born.
That's the thing is,
okay.
when
I was... make sure of that.
And I didn't know that. That like crushed my spirit completely.
So wait, you didn't know Elvis was dead?
Not when I was a little kid, like, rocking the peanut butter and banana, and I used to do these little doodles all the time, and I'd always put Elvis hair on all of them, like the pushback hair, and so I had a big crush on Elvis, and it was a long time before someone was like, he's not around anymore, right? And so, I'm like 6 at this time.
No, I'm just trying to understand this. So like in some families, they don't tell you till you're like 7 or 8 that Santa Claus is fake or the Easter Bunny doesn't exist.
Right.
So in your family, like, what was like at some point they sat you down and said, Elvis is not alive
I'm pretty
anymore?
sure I saw it on TV. I'm pretty sure I was watching a biography, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like planning our like tour together for like the next 10 years. We're gonna have like a musical together, and I'm gonna cook food for him. And all of a sudden at the end they talk about his death, and I'm like, what? This is not how the story is supposed to end. So I still dig Elvis.
So what is your favorite Elvis song?
Ooh. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to say Jailhouse Rock, and the reason is because in the very end, when I was little, I would play the tape over and over again, and there's a part in the end where he repeats the verse as it's just starting to fade out, and I think he says, like, come on and do the Jailhouse Rock. But in the end, to me, it sounds like, Fanny, do the Jailhouse Rock, Fanny, do the Jailhouse Rock. So when I was little, I used to sing that and dance around in my Elvis shirt, and I thought he was singing to me, but nope. Not real.
Well, that is a perfect segue. We're here with Fanny Slater, author of Orange, Lavender, and Figs, which you can pick up at any bookstore. Since we just talked about Elvis and Jailhouse Rock, why don't we play Elvis and Jailhouse Rock from 1957, title track from the movie, of course. One of Elvis's biggest hits, double-sided hit. The flip side is Treat Me Nice. This is Jailhouse Rock, Elvis Presley on Anything, Anything. Okay, that'll close out that.